Masina Titi, and welcome back to my channel, Outline Hustle. With me on my channel today is Mr. Segun Ajayi. He's the CEO, editor-in-chief of Label Magazine, as well as the CEO of Giacom Resources, based in France. Segun, thank you for for being on the show. We appreciate you, and thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you, Marcelina, for having me. I'm glad to be on your show.
Please tell us a bit about your Label Magazine as well as Giacom Resources.
All right, thank you. Label Magazine, it's a lifestyle magazine put together to celebrate Africans in diaspora, those who are doing beautifully well in different phases of life, culture, fashion, entertainment. It covers event as well, weddings, birthday, and travels as well. So, and Giacom Resources is actually my personal project. That it's a service providing company, talks in photography and media. Giacom Education, that it's an education consulting firm that works with different schools in France, and then the tourism aspect that brings people to France to tour France, and then takes rights from France down to Africa. Thank you.
Segun, your magazine acknowledges and celebrates Africans doing great work abroad. What inspired
Absolutely.
this decision? How has the response been so far?
All right. Thank you for that question. In 2016, I actually got the idea to start publishing this magazine because I am a professional photographer and videographer as well. So putting our works together, I felt we need to talk more about Africa, because I've been in France for quite some time, 8 years to be precise, and then I've actually seen a lot of things happen that the Western world don't showcase who we are the right way. They keep the positive aspect of Africa and then showcase the wrong part of Africa. And if we don't blow our own, no one will blow it for us. The way they don't speak the right way about us, they don't reason the right way about us, and they don't tell people the right things about us. So until we come together, for those of us who are in diaspora, we blow our own and let people see that Africa is the best. Africa has everything the best. Going back to the days of Benin, the Benin Kingdom, just this morning I was hearing about in fact, we even posted it on our social media, talking about the bronze sculpture that will be returned back to Nigeria. Nigeria has been doing way better, or Africa has been doing way better before the Western world even understand what is called civilization. So then they want us to see the negative aspect and think we are not able to put things together ourselves. But this idea came in to say that, we need to talk about ourselves. We need to publish about ourselves. We need to put our face outside for people to see the positive things in Africa. Just the way we are in Europe right now, there are so much negative things happening in Europe as well. But we are not concerned about it. We just want to speak about the good things that is happening in Africa for people to see, for the whites to see, even ourselves, our children, to know that Africa is the right place and is the best place to live as well. The response has actually been so wonderful, tremendous. In fact, the first year was one of the turning points because we had so much embassies and people, corporate bodies, UNESCO, Nigerian embassy, Liberia, African group of UNESCO, trying to, in fact, it was the first year they collaborated with us. They said they are ready to support us in every way they can. And ever since then, they've been supporting us. Since 2018 that we started, they've been supporting us. Right now, we're in partnership with 3 embassies. We're in partnership with several companies in France, both Friends of Nigeria and other corporate bodies in France, just because we are trying to push Africa forward for people to see the positive things in Africa.
Very interesting. I completely understand what you mean. I think people don't talk about it as much as they should. We forget what it means to speak for yourself. We let people tell our stories, and recognizing people doing great works, Africans doing great works in our community, is a positive step in the right direction, because it changed also the orientation of the average African in society, or average Nigerian in society. So I really commend your work, and I really celebrate you. Well done.
Thank you.
Segun, you acknowledge you give awards to these Africans that are doing well in your environment. What
Yeah.
criteria qualifies them as a nominee?
All right. The first criteria is being an African.
Okay.
That's the first criteria, being an African. Doing something consistent. You're doing something very good, like something positive. You are consistent in what you're doing. Those are the three criteria. Consistency is very important. First one is you have to be an African.
Okay, that's great. So Shagun, you've been doing a lot of stuff. You have your personal business as well. I think it's very people have we think about a vision or something we want to do, and it's not always easy. So I think my question would be, what obstacles, if any, did you overcome while setting up this business, the magazine as well as the Giacom?
Mm, that's actually a beautiful question. Any startup will actually face some obstacles, and we actually face some. Uh, like I said, we had I personally I had this idea in 2016, and it took me 2 years before we could even like think of starting. Started exactly 2 years, and then one of the challenges is because we on how to start, where to start. How am I going to start? How will I get the right people to work with? Because setting up a business like this, you need the people that have the same mindset as you. So sourcing for people that have the same mindset as myself is very important. And I can tell you today, I have 70% of young females who are working with me and they are doing excellently well. So one of the major challenges is that putting up the right people to work with me to try to achieve the purpose and the aim. That's the first thing. The second thing is, oh, this is a French community because I base in France. How will people how will people accept this? Like both the francophone and the anglophones, how would they accept what we're doing? And how are we going to penetrate into the market? But God has helped us so far. We've been able to penetrate into the market. But those two criteria are something very important to us because it took me 2 years to figure this out, picking people, talking to people, and of course, the fear of fund. How am I going to fund it? How? Because printing a magazine, the paper copy, and then getting a good content to put inside. Getting the good content to put inside is also very, very important. But so far, people who have been contributing for the past 3 years has been amazing. One day I was in one embassy and the ambassador told me that in France she does not think any brand has this kind of magazine because the kind of magazine we produce is not just the normal day-to-day magazine. This is a magazine that people see and they will love to always come back to read because it touches life in relationship, marriage, just all the sphere of life. And then she was encouraging us to quickly get the French edition because the francophone also need to read it. So we are working on the French edition, but that's for the sixth edition that is coming out in few months time. I think in 2 months it should be ready.
Great, great
Thank
one,
you.
great one, great one. Because I think about you having a magazine in France, and that's the home
Mm.
of fashion. And I think, how does he compete?
Yeah.
How do people respond? How does it happen? So hearing what you're saying, it really, really encourages me. And we hope that you get more subscriptions. We hope that more Africans will buy your magazine, will tell their stories through your magazines, will read from it, and it will impact their life positively. So well done. It's
Amen.
easy. You're
Thank
very
you.
brave and courageous to do that in Paris.
Thank you.
Shagun, you've been very successful so far. You faced a lot of challenges. So, what advice do you have for anyone looking to set up their own business in diaspora?
Okay. My success today is attributed to God. It's not by my power. I might be successful, but we're praying for more wins and all that. But the little
That's
success I've God has helped us to achieve is actually attributed to Him because He owns everything. He has all the glory. But my advice for people who would like to set up a company or a business in France is that they should just start. Just start. You have the idea. You think about it very well. You do your feasibility studies. Just that. I in 2015, I actually set up my first business, like registered business, which is the tourism, Giacom tour. So this was the idea, and it has helped me tremendously because setting up can always be challenging. Setting up can always be, uh, uh, like I said, I was looking for the right people that have the same mindset with me. So today we are about 10 people with 70% female that are very young. So it's important you try to source for people, you know, partners, people. If you have to even give them part of the ownership, maybe some percentage of the ownership, it doesn't matter. But the thing about, like for me, for Label, that's why I call Giacom my personal project. But for Label, I know that it's not the vision is far beyond me, you know. So when you have the vision that is far beyond you, you have to look for the right people to collaborate with for you to achieve it, because the vision is big, and you need good hands to help you succeed in them.
I totally agree with you because sometimes we have an idea and a vision, and we're very, how do I say, we want to protect it. But sometimes you recognize that something is bigger than you, and it's important
Yeah,
to look for people who share the same vision with you and to help you drive.
absolutely,
And that's very important what you're saying. So thank you for that.
absolutely, absolutely.
Shagma, I think the big elephant in the room that everybody's asking today is about COVID. Has COVID
Yeah,
impacted
yes.
you? Yes, and how have you been coping?
At the very first beginning of the pandemic, it was all confusion, and then we were planning for the next edition. It started. The magazine is quarterly when we talk about the magazine, so then we are preparing for the next edition, and it was just a whole mess. Last year we had just one edition instead of four. And then for the event, we are planning a physical event in November. We've paid 8,000 euros for the venue. We are trying to use a bigger hotel, 5-star hotel in the center of Paris, because we have to let people know that we Africans also, we are quality. So I was trying to get like the best hotel with paid and everything before the lockdown came up and said we are going on second lockdown in November. So much thing, and then we have to divert it to what's it called, to an online event. But all glory to God, we have a lot of people as well, far beyond our expectation, and people across the globe was able to watch. We have over 300 people in attendance who were watching, and then in America, in Canada, in Nigeria, in France, and in Europe, in Germany.
Yes.
So the pandemic has been, of course, we had a lot of challenges, but God has helped us. But for that, my watchword I think I'm going to use is taken from the scripture. Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 1 says, "Cast your bread upon many waters, because you don't know what might befall it." So today we have Giacom. I have Giacom Resources, photography, tourism, and education consults. During the lockdown, I was still able to bring a student to France to enroll, because then the consulate actually opened the their what's it called now, visa section for students. So students still came in last year. Tourism was all down, nothing was happening. And then photography, I came up with an idea of, because I have a very big garden, I set up my personal studio in my garden. Oh, come and take pictures. Then I had to, it just the pandemic helped us to create,
To be
to
creative,
create,
right?
the garden has been there all this. I have my garden. I've been there, cultivating. No, sorry. Every 3 months, I have to cut the grass and everything. Taking my time. I have to. But during the pandemic, I had to think, what can you do with this place? I had to set up my personal studio, and bring in people, come and take your shoot and stuff like that. So, and for the what's it called, for the magazine, it helped us to reach out to more people. That's the truth. It's been challenging. We came up with just one edition. This is actually our last edition, and then we are working on the next one. So, but it helps us to reach out to more people. We are doing online interview, Instagram interview, and stuff like that. It was challenging, but the truth is, it was actually tremendous, because it's a whole different experience for every one of us in the
My brother, I respect your hustle.
team. Thank you.
COVID starts and everybody gets confused. And then
Yeah,
It's very typical of Nigerians. When they hit you, you break the wall and you go in and like, really,
you have to.
what can I do? And then people get really creative and you begin to wonder,
Yeah,
okay, so good for you.
thank you.
Shago, it's been really interesting listening to you speak about your vision, listening to you talk about the challenges you face and how you've been able to overcome them. And for me
Thank
personally,
you.
it's also been very inspiring also to hear you put God first, because sometimes we get, when you travel abroad or you live outside of Nigeria, you get overwhelmed with so many things and people begin to put God on the other side. So it's important to know that
Absolutely, you're right.
put him first, because really look at
You're
COVID.
right.
You can plan so many things and then COVID happens and you're nowhere. So we must always
Yes.
put him first. So I think as we come to the end of this, I'd like to ask you, it's a silly question anyway because of COVID, but how do you unwind? What's your favorite activity to do? And where do you eat, and your favorite restaurant places to visit in France?
Okay, how I unwind, I actually love to I actually love to be in the kitchen actually. I love to cook. I love to make some nice intercontinental dishes. I all the time, like I told you when we were doing our personal conversation, I my wife traveled to Nigeria, and then all through the period I just have to engage my children in the kitchen. We're always in the kitchen together, cooking things, both the boy and the two girls. So we just I love to be in the kitchen. I don't love food so much, but I love to be in the kitchen. And in Paris, my favorite restaurant is Villa Mansa. If anytime you visit Paris, just I think you should come around. It's a very beautiful place. It's an African restaurant with a five-star restaurant. Actually, you see white people coming there to eat. With I think they are from Congo. Yeah, it's a Congolese brothers that actually set the place up. It's called Villa Massa. It's a beautiful place I can recommend for anybody. Even the president of the nation can go there to eat. It doesn't matter. With
Interesting.
nice African food. Yeah. My favorite city. Um, it's I forgot it now. It's in Tanzania actually. I've not been there, but I've read about the place. I think, and we wrote about it in one of our editions because in our magazine we have this what's it called now? This category that we show Africans top places to visit in Africa. We asked about Africa. So yeah, the actual city I'm trying to visit is in Tanzania. I can't remember the name now. But if you're talking about the city I've lived in or the city I've visited before, I actually like Valencia. I've been there once and I enjoy the place.
Okay, just as we come to the end of this session, do you have anything you want to say? Any last words for our viewers?
Okay, viewers at home, thanks for watching and thanks for supporting Marcelina. She's doing well, she's doing great, and I want to give kudos to her as well. And then the very little thing we can do to support her, like the most simplest thing, is just to subscribe, follow her on social media, follow any African diaspora and are doing great because it's not easy and it's so challenging to keep what you are doing in diaspora without any support or any help, so kudos to you. So I just want to tell the viewer that the smallest thing you can do is to subscribe. The smallest thing you can do is to share. The smallest thing you can do is to follow me, follow Label up on social media and tell people, oh, these guys, this lady, they are doing well in diaspora. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shagun, for being on the show. It's been really exciting discussing with you, and we hope to be at your next event. Hopefully, it will be at the COVID lockdown would have come down a bit. So we hope to be in that event and should broadcast it as well. So thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Marcelina, for having me. Shout out to your team as well because you're doing something great. And hopefully, we hope to see you in Paris in November for the award. Probably you might be one of the nominees. Very soon we'll be pushing out uh, possible nominees, and then we're looking at. Last year we have someone from Buki, to be precise, from Berlin. She actually won the fashion category award. So I just want to thank you and then to say that you are doing very well. And of course, I always use any opportunity I have to thank the team I'm working with, Label, because it's been tremendous and it's been interesting working with those beautiful ladies, and they're giving us so much. Thank you so much. Hello, viewers. I'm Ajayi Segun Gideon. I'm the director and the CEO of Label Paris Magazine. That is my also. What is your own also?
That was Segun Ajayi. I had so much fun speaking with him, and I'm sure you had fun listening to him as well. I hope that by sharing his story, we've been able to inspire more people to stay true to their vision and to their dreams, and that more Nigerians feel more comfortable speaking about their true, honest hustle. You might be changing a life or inspiring somebody to do something great that impacts us all positively. Don't forget to click the notification bell to alert you on new videos. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all at Niger Hustle. We're going to leave information on the description on how you can reach out to Segun on subscription on Label Magazine, as well as his services on Giacom Resources. Thank you, and don't forget, what's your hustle?